Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Van Taylor Stadium on the campus of Lander University for today's non-conference match between the Erskine Flying Fleet and your Lander University Bearcats. At this time, we will introduce the starters for tonight's match. First, the visitors from Erskine. Number 1, Michael Varon. Number 6, Eduardo Galillo. Number 10, Daniel Jonah. Number 14, Dario Pavone. Number 20, Casper Zock. Number 21, Sammy Antonelli. Number 22, Grant Dickey. Number 30, Vicente Martinez Boloso. Number 31, Nikhail Dematas. Number 37, Luke Randall. And number 41, Alex Mushada. The Flying Fleet are coached by Warren Turner and is assisted by John Chisholm. And now the starters for your Lander University Bearcats. All right. Sophomore from Canterbury, Australia, number 1, Dean Cowdroy. A junior from Enfield, England, number 3, Richard Bryan. A junior from Newcastle, England, number 4, Jordan Skelton. A senior from Haverhill, England, number 5, Ian Folger. A junior from Mansfield, England, number 7, Oliver Brock. A senior from Swindon, England, number 9, Sam Lofts. A junior from London, England, number 12, Sinclair Sandy. A freshman from Laval, France, number 19, Thibaut Chrétien. A junior from Basildon, England, number 20, Tyler Bolton. A freshman from Hull, England, number 27, George Barnby. And a sophomore from Talleyrand, France, number 31, Corentin Demutin. The Bearcats are coached by Lee Squires, and he's assisted by James Smith and Rob Seaton. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and, gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Fans, the Peach Belt Conference promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we welcome you back into Van Taylor Stadium on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network, and we welcome you into this rivalry matchup tonight between the Lander Bearcats and the Erskine Flying Fleet. It is men's soccer action, the second match of our doubleheader here in Greenwood, South Carolina. The women for Lander dispatching of the Erskine Flying Fleet 3-1 in our opening match. Now Lander and Erskine's men's teams will take the pitch. A pair of 1-1 squads trying to work their way into the win column and up above 500 on the season. Rickson Lane joining you tonight from Van Taylor Stadium. So glad to have you with us. Let's give you the starting lineups first for the visitors from Erskine out of Due West, South Carolina. The keeper is Mikhail Varin, a freshman from Toulouse, France. The defenders this evening for the Flying Fleet, Eduardo Galillo, a senior from Quino, Italy. He'll be joined on the back line tonight for Erskine by number 21, Sammy Antonelli, a senior from Lexington, South Carolina. Also number 30, Vicente Martinez Beloso, a freshman from Better Vancia. Also number 37, Luke Randall, freshman from Nottinghamshire. Midfielders for Erskine as we are underway here at Van Taylor Stadium. Daniel Jana, sophomore from Manchester, England. Number 14, Dario Pavan, a freshman from Madrid, Spain. Number 22, Grant Dickey, senior from 96, South Carolina. Number 31, Niquel DeMatis, a junior from Pine Ridge Heights, Aruca. And number 41, Alex Mushada, a freshman from Leicester, England. Early attack from the Flying Fleet comes up empty. For the Bearcats this evening, Dean Cowdroy gets the start, sophomore from Canberra, Australia, in the goal tonight for Lander. The back line for the Bearcats is number 3, Richard Bryan, a junior from Enfield, England. The captain, Jordan Skelton, a junior from Newcastle, England. Number 5, Ian Folger, a senior from Haverhill, England, as well, along the back for the Bearcats this evening. Midfielders tonight for Lander. Number 7, Oliver Brock, a junior from Mansfield, England. Number 19, Thibaut Chrétien, freshman from Laval, France. Number 20, Tyler Bolton, a junior from Basildon, England. And number 31, Corentin Demutin, a sophomore from Talleyrand, France. The forwards tonight for Lander, Sam Lofts, number 9, a senior from Swindon, England. And number 27, George Barmby, a forward from Hull, England. Bearcats 1-1 on the year, as are the Flying Fleet, as Chrétien's pass attempt there blocked away by the Flying Fleet. Erskine traveling right to left as you're watching on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. We are so glad to have you tonight. Pass down near side as Pavan takes it. We'll have whistles and a foul, it appears, against the Flying Fleet. Erskine wearing the striped kits this evening. Maroon uniforms, yellow piping, white numbers on the back of the unis. Red pants, gold socks for the Fleet. Lander the home whites, blue numbers, blue letters, blue shorts, white socks. Bryan calling for the ball, far side. He's going to get a long pass from Bolton. Bryan down to the corner, sends it in, deflected away. Erskine keeps it from going over the end line. Did they? They did not. Corner kick coming up for Lander. Corner taken by Brock into Chrétien, back out to Brock. He'll reset and curl one in, but it's deflected away by the Erskine defense. Chrétien would race over and maintain possession for Lander as Demutin sends it deep to Cowdroy. Cowdroy, the reigning Peach Belt Conference Freshman of the Year, his second start of the season, did not get the start on the road against Lenore Ryan Sunday night. Bearcats fell to the Bears by a score of 3-0. Under 5 minutes into this one. Lander and Erskine scoreless. Back it goes to Bolton. He'll send it deep to Folger. Cowdroy directs traffic from the back end. middle. Lofts, one-touch pass on the way. Shot high from Brock and well over the head of Verin, the keeper. Sun setting across the way for the annual clash between Lander and Erskine. These two rivals separated by just a few miles, Greenwood and due west. So Brian looking to throw it in, and he'll get it over Skelton. Taken in the middle of the pitch over to Chrétien. Chrétien swallowed up quickly by that Erskine defense, trying to break free. Wanted a call there, didn't get one. Ball sent back to Verin. For the Flying Flea, a little too far forward for the Bearcats' taste, our officials as well. Throw in from Randall. Skelton turns and pushes it back to Cowdroy. Crossfield pass from Brian. It'll be Folger. He'll send it along the ground on the far side. Touch pass. Looked like Lofts was trying to find Chrétien. Or maybe not Lofts, looked like Barnby rather. Under 40, or rather under 37 to go in the first period. Brian tangled up there, kicks it out of play as he was fighting along the sideline with Dario Pavon. Folger in the middle, lofts that one high. Barnby went up for the header, did not control it, but we'll get a whistle and a foul on Barnby. He helps Eduardo Galino up to his feet. Senior from Italy appears no worse for wear. Ball bounced over to Cowdroy. 35 minutes remaining first period as these two continue to battle here early on. Now Barmby's got a chance, turns it right side, shot on the way in the corner, goal! George Barmby, the freshman from Hull, England, with a beautiful shot, rolls it into the bottom left corner, and Lander takes an early lead. 34:52 remaining in the first period, 1-0 Bearcats.
Goal by number 27, George Barmby.
Hold on. George Barmby with his second goal of the season. And just like that, the Bearcats up early on the Flying Fleet. So under 35 minutes to go in the first period, Lander up 1-0. It was the deep pass from Jordan Skelton that allowed Barmby to find the back of the net, so Skelton will get credited with the assist. And Sandy tangled up right side of the box. Brock tries to save it and does. Back to Bryan. Lander continuing to push tempo here early. Bolton swing it left side. Ball over to Brock. Sandy fighting, got away from two Flying Fleet defenders. Lander works the ball near sideline. Bryan. Send it back in the middle. Bolton. Bearcats with a 1-0 lead thanks to the second goal of the season from George Barmby. Ties Jordan Skelton for the team lead with 2 on the year, and Skelton will get credit for the assist. .32 minutes remaining first period. Bearcats nursing a 1-goal advantage. A diving stop made there by Varin. Beautiful long pass from Skelton. Commandeered the ball deep in his own end to help put the Bearcats on top. And Barmby, a tough angled shot from the right of the box, was able to slip it past Marin the opening score of this contest. This is the first time all season, and we're in the third match of the year, that Lander has led to open a match. They fell behind against Shawan and against Lenore-Rhine. Rallied from a 2-goal deficit with 5 unanswered to beat the Hawks in the opener. They never get the offense on track against Lenore-Rhine, falling 3-0. Now another long pass. This one to Bryan, right side. Bryan's got options, lofts it into the box, and the leaping stop made by Verin. Lander testing out the freshman keeper early on. In the center of the box, Bryan tried to wrestle it free there, could not do it. The ball sent out. Under 30 to go, opening period. Early lead for the Bearcats, courtesy of Barmby, the freshman. Erskine trying to mount an attack here. Lander has been pretty solid on the back line thus far. And then a collision and a whistle, and the clock will stop just outside of 28 minutes, and a yellow card has been issued to number 14, Dario Pavan, the freshman from Madrid, Spain. Bryan and Pavan get their feet and have a quick chat as they make their way down the pitch. First carding of the evening for either side. Now the referees will ask for a redo on the free kick. Everybody wasn't quite ready as Skelton awaits the signal. Ready to go, and Skelton will send it deep. Lofts on the run, right side. One touch. Now trying to turn and find some space. Erskine trying to hem him in towards the sideline, rather, as they send that one high and back towards midfield. Bearcats looking to attack once more. Bolton back over left side. Ahead it goes to Barmby. Chrétien calling for it. Now Chrétien right side box over to Sandy. Sandy just outside. Push it back. Back to Chrétien. Chrétien trying to turn, and the ball taken away by Pavan. Long pass over the head of a leaping Skelton. Folger boots it back to Cowdroy, who gets it out of danger. A long pass on the way to Lofts. Lofts shot blocked away, save made. Second shot from Oliver Brock wide left. Lofts' shot was saved, Oliver's was blocked. Bearcats unable to come away with anything on that trip. So over 25 minutes remaining in the first period. Lander leading Erskine 1-0. Pass ahead intended for Lofts, but Bryan's pass got away. Now a deep pass down the near sideline. Erskine not going to be able to save it. We'll have a whistle and a clock stoppage. Injured Flying Fleet player in midfield. We'll step aside while he's tended to. 1-0 Lander on top of Erskine. 24-25 to go first period. You're listening to Bearcat Soccer on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network.
Alexandre Cox-Achoud, première année, attaquant, et vous regardez dans German Soccer.
Back to action here in Greenwood, 1-0 Lander leading Erskine. 24 minutes and change to go first period. A lone goal for the Bearcats from George Barmby. Sinclair Sandy with a nice steal on the near sideline. Up ahead to Barmby, one-touch pass taken away by the Flying Fleet. Dangerous header there from Erskine's number 20. That was Zach Casper. Whistle will go against the Flying Fleet. Shot to the middle, Sandy, right side, being harassed defensively. He'll work all the way into the corner, trying to get away, and over the end line it goes. Goal kick coming up for the Flying Fleet. Bearcats 1-1 on the season. Opening day victory over the Chowan Hawks. And a loss to Lenore Rhine Sunday night. "39th meeting all time between Lander and Erskine. The Bearcats hold a 26-10-2 series lead. But dating back to 1993, it has not been much of a series. Lander, the last 24 meetings, 24-1-2 against their rivals from due west. Lander topped Erskine last year, 1-0, a late second half goal. Hugo Del Hamel. Erskine, their only win in the last 24 years over Lander came in 2010, a 1-0 victory for the Flying Fleet. Right now it's a 1-0 lead for the Bearcats. Bryan into the box. Lofts can't get his foot on it properly, and it's over the end line. "21 minutes remaining in this one in the first half, Lander, a 1-0 lead over Erskine. Throw in for the Bearcats, far sideline. A long run far side for the Fleet. Trying to put together an attack. Bryan able to come away with it, and then he able to juke out Pavon and get clear. Brock has it go off his foot. Attack opportunity here. DeMattis sliding stop made as Cowdroy came out to get it. Scary moment there for the Bearcat defense, but Lander able to keep Erskine off the board. Big ricochet there, 19.5 minutes remaining. Cowdroy way out, ball got away. Open net for the Fleet. Folger mans the near post. Cowdroy's back, sliding tackle made on the back line by Lander. What a great stop there as Bryan came in to slide and knock it away. Folger was ready for the shot. Cowdroy finally retreated. It will be a corner kick for Erskine, but that could have been dangerous for the Bearcats. Sandy heads the corner away. Lander averts a disaster there. "498 fans in attendance tonight as the Bearcats will have the third largest crowd in stadium history on hand for this one. The 4 largest crowds to ever see a Bearcat soccer game at Van Taylor Stadium, they have all been in games against Erskine, rather. 2015, the stadium record, 525, 510 in 2011, 498 tonight, and 437 in 2013. Under 18 minutes to go, first period. Lander's got an opportunity as Sandy's pass too strong. Barnby can't catch up to it. There's 17 and a half to go. First period action. Lander up 1-0. The Cats have had the edge the majority of this first period, aside from the one frightening moment on the back end where Erskine was able to have a shot at an empty net. They actually had an empty net. They were not able to get a shot off. Bryan and Folger and the rest of that Bearcat defense was able to hold firm. The corner kick was then deterred by Sandy. Lofts in the middle. Lost it momentarily. Back it goes to Bolton. Now Lofts. Over to Sandy. Sandy, right side, working in. Shot, deflected away. Blocked attempt there. Sandy could not get one off. Minutes remaining, first period. Lander has outshot Erskine 8-0. Flying Fleet have been hurt by a pair of offsides calls. 2 fouls against Lander, 1 against Erskine, 1 yellow card against the Fleet as well. McKelver with 3 saves thus far for the Fleet did allow the 1 goal to Barnby. Cowdroy yet to have to make a save. A sliding tackle made by Skelton, well done. Final 15 of the first period. We'll have substitutions for Lander and Erskine, it appears. Lewis Holt, the freshman from Bristol, United Kingdom, into the match for Erskine. For Lander will be Sia Jamadar, the junior from Patia, Sweden. Erskine looking for his first goal of the evening. Bearcats able to hold strong defensively. Erskine has not attempted a shot yet. Chrétien will give it away. He'll try to get it back as Jamadar lobs a pass to him on the far side. Chrétien fighting for possession, tangled up with a Flying Fleet defender. Throw into the Bearcats. Sandy working hard near side, gets it here to Bryan. Now Bryan going to turn in the middle of the field. A whistle against the Bearcats as he tried to get it out to Barnby. Pass taken away by Chrétien. Free kick stolen by the speedy freshman from France. Over 12 minutes remaining first period. Bearcats lead at 1-0. Glad to have all of you joining us tonight on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Lander and Erskine battling this evening. Long pass in, and that should be a shot attempt that'll be saved by Varin as Brian fired it from deep. Remind you that the Lander Bearcats, all of their home matches can be found right here on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network as we move throughout the fall. Men and women's soccer, volleyball, we'll get into basketball in November, baseball, softball in the spring. It's a high lob in, Cowdroy skies to get it. The aggressiveness there of Dean Cowdroy, that's a goalie who is not your prototypical size or stature, but a very heady player, very talented player, as Lee Squires puts him back in the starting 11 after Alexander Holbo got his first start on Sunday night against Lenore Ryan, the freshman from Norway. Ten minutes remaining. First period, Lander up 1-0. Bryant can't save it near sideline. Substitutions for the Bearcats now at the 9:40 mark. Lofts and Sandy coming out. Jamie Lunn and Robbie Young also in. Just over 9 minutes left in the opening period. Bearcats holding a 1-0 lead. Bearcats, their first victory of the season, 2017 campaign, came on opening night against Chuan. Skelton sends that one high. Jemadar controls it. Now Sandy able to wrestle it away for the Bearcats, and Skelton will send it deep. The victory over Chuan, a 5-2 affair for Lander. Goals from Skelton, George Knight, Jamie Lunn, and Barmby. It's the 6th time in Lee Squires' 2+ seasons here in Greenwood that Lander scored at least 5 goals in a match. Bearcats are also vying for their 10th consecutive win at home, dating back to the home opener last season. They fell to the Lenore Ryan Bears and then ran the table the rest of the way here at Van Taylor Stadium. Trying to do that again here in 2017. This was a Lander team that started the season 1-3 last year after a tough opening slate of games in non-conference action, and then proceeded to rattle off 11 consecutive wins and go 9-0-0 in the conference. Had never been done before by a Bearcat team, had only been done twice previously in Peach Belt Conference history. Cowdroy getting it back from Skelton. He'll find some space right side and send it long. Pass down the near side from Randall. Long. Had it stolen by Skelton. Back it goes. Bryant to the center of the pitch. Sandy's got a lot of room to operate. Sandy down the middle. Trying to split the defenders. He's going to pass it off left side. Lund shot on the way. Deflected out by Varin, but Bryan saves it for the moment. Back over to Chrétien on the right side. Chrétien entry. Goal for the Bearcats. Chrétien with the assist. And it was Saya Jamadar. Saya Jamadar with the header. Chrétien gets the assist, and the Bearcats lead it 2-0. Well done by Lander. It was Bryan who started it by saving it on the end line. Chrétien curled it in, and Jamadar with the header slipped it under the post, and the Bearcats lead it 2-0. Another opportunity for Lander, and Lund unable to finish it. Well, the Bearcats came very close there to making it a 3-0 advantage. The clock will stop at 5:36 left in the period as Lund was slow to rise up. A great start here for the Bearcats, 2-goal advantage. 5.5 minutes remaining. Be a throw in for the Bearcats. Clock ticks down under 5 minutes. .440 remaining in the period. Lander leading it 2-0. The defense converges there and knocks it out of play. Ball will belong to Erskine. Substitution for the Bearcats as Joshua Birdie checks in, junior out of London, England. We'll have another whistle, foul against the Flying Fleet. Or against Lander, pardon me. 3 minutes remaining. The opening half, Lander leads at 2-0. Chrétien right side. This will work back to the middle. Now he's got some space. Chrétien, long pass left. All in. Nearly rolled over the end line, but Erskine able to defend the net. .145 to go, first period. Lander had it on the right of the box. Flying Fleet able to defend once more. Erskine trying to prevent this one from getting out of hand here in the opening period. Final minute of the first period.
1 minute remaining.
Corner kick for the Bearcats, 35 seconds to go. Final 20 seconds. Bearcats working to keep the Fleet off the board, and they'll do so. And they'll head to halftime with a 2-0 advantage. First time all season, Lander enters intermission with a lead, 2-0 over Erskine. We'll step aside and come back with second half action. You're listening to Bearcat Soccer on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network.
Fans, at this time, Lander Athletics would like to recognize the 2017 Bearcat men's tennis team. The Lander men advanced to the NCAA Southeast Regional Championship match for the 5th consecutive season. The Bearcats finished the spring with an 18-6 record and a number 9 ranking in the final national poll, their 6th consecutive top 10 finish. Joining us on the field tonight, Eric Groner, David Corsten, Ozan Sildir, Omar El Mazomeni, Ali Zaglul, Alex Springer, Liam Roos, and Luis Salcido. Please join Athletics Director Brian Reese in congratulating the 2017 men's tennis team on an outstanding season.
Back in Greenwood, South Carolina, Rickson Lane with you. 2-0 our score. Lander leading the Erskine Flying Fleet. This rivalry matchup here at Van Taylor Stadium. Glad to have you join us. Both teams will go back to their starting 11 here in the second period. Bearcats got on the board in the 11th minute thanks to a goal from George Barmby off a deep pass from Jordan Skelton. In the 40th minute, it was Sia Jamadar on a header off a cross from Thibaut Chrétien. The Bearcats up 2-0. First half stats, Lander out shooting Erskine 11-1. 5 shots on goal for the Bearcats, 1 for the Fleet. 3 saves for Mikael Verin, the goalkeeper for the Fleet. In Cowdroy with 1 save thus far tonight. 3 offsides infractions against Erskine, 1 against Lander. 4 fouls against the Bearcats, only 1 against Erskine. 1 yellow card against the Flying Fleet. 1 against Dario Pavan. Sam Lofts leading the offensive attack for Lander with 4 shots. Oliver Brock with 2. Sammy Antonelli, the lone shot thus far for the Fleet offense. Ball sent back to Cowdroy. He'll boot it away. Reminder that the Bearcats can be seen and heard all year. The Bearcat Broadcasting Network. We certainly hope to have you continue to join us throughout 2017 fall season and on into 2018. On to Chrétien. Give it away to Jamadar. Now Brock sends it back to the freshman out of France. Works it along the back line. First time all season Bearcats have held a lead entering the second period of play. They were tied with Chowan 2-2 at halftime. Trailed Lenore Ryan 1-0. And a corner kick coming up for the Bearcats. Pass ahead for the Fleet, but Erskine attacker losing his footing. Bearcats continue to play it in the back end. Lander unbeaten in its last 9 matches at Van Taylor Stadium. In those 9 matches, they're allowing just .67 goals per match. Already mentioned the 498 in attendance tonight. 3rd largest crowd in program history. An opportunity for Erskine, sliding tackle made, and Folger got it out of there. That was well done by Ian Folger. Tackle that not all players are willing to make there on the edge of the box. Folger sliding in cleanly and got the ball out of harm's way. The 2 goals for the Bearcats, ensuring that Lander respond nicely after the shutout they suffered in the hands of Lenore Ryan. As Erskine goes back to Lewis Holt, the freshman from the United Kingdom. Since Lee Squires arrived in Greenwood, Lander has never been shut out in back-to-back matches. The last time the Bearcats were held off the score sheet twice in a row was the final two regular season contests of 2014. Chrétien trying to control it with the body. 3 defenders around him, but he gets it away to Demutin. Nine minutes to go in this one. Lander holding a 2-goal advantage. Bearcats on the attack there. Ball booted out of play. Headed out of the box to Demutin with a little bit of space. Rolls a shot in, deflected away. Deflected away, and Lander will be dealt another corner kick.
Corner for Lander.
Will come from the near side. Looks like Brock. Headed on and in. Brock finds Richard Bryan. Pardon me, that's Jordan Skelton. And Lander leads it 3-0. The Bearcats open up a 3-0 lead on the corner kick. Oliver Brock to Jordan Skelton, give him 3 goals on the season. And Lander has opened up a wide margin here with 37.5 minutes to go in the second period against the Flying Fleet of Erskine. Goals so far this evening from Barnby, Jamadar, and Skelton. And Lander up by 3 under 37 minutes remaining. Erskine's going to have a lot of work to do now. legs tangled up there on the far side. So we'll go against the Bearcats. Barnby to Cretany. Long run there for Cretany. Still working his way down the far side. Finally curls it inside. Bryan looking for space. Down he goes to Sandy. Sandy brought to the turf. No call. Instead, the Bearcats back to Demutin. Demutin's shot sliding block made by Erskine. A nice tackle out of play there by Demutin. Just over 34 minutes remaining. Lander leading at 3-0. Now Lofts with a breakaway. Lost it for the moment. Barnby in front of the goal. Barnby right side. Shot, score! George Barnby, his second goal of the evening, his third of the season. And Lander starting to run away with this one. It's 4-0. Bearcats 34-10 remaining.
Goal scored by number 27, George Barnby, is assisted by number 9, Sam Lofts.
Lofts gets the assist. It's the third goal of the season for Barnby. The Bearcats have opened up a 4-goal cushion here early in the second period. Lead grows to 4-0 here at Van Taylor Stadium. Bearcats not slowing down as Lofts came charging in for that one. .33 minutes left in regulation. Bearcats up 4-0. Whistle down on the far end. No cards, it appears. Currently in action tonight, Young Harris hosting Tusculum. The match tied up late in the second period. USC Aiken knotted with Newberry late in that match as well. Francis Marion holding a 1-0 lead over Barton. Queens playing host to North Georgia. long pass. Chrétien trying to outrun the Fleet defenders. They converge on him, and the ball booted away. Army sends it right side. Chrétien now. The ball turned back over to Erskine.
Substitution for Erskine. Entering the game now is 11, Ryan De Leon.
Ryan De Leon into the match for Erskine, freshman from Frisco, Texas. The Fleet are going to make a comeback. It needs to start now. 30 minutes remaining. Lander up by 4. Bolton just beyond the box. Now to Brock. Brock looking for space. Chrétien lobs it in. Army went for the header, but was denied away. Instead, Lander able to maintain momentarily. Chrétien's pass taken out by Erskine. Fleet control it with the header. Ball sent to the middle. Shot attempt on the way, wide left. Off the foot of number 10, Daniel Jana.
So for Erskine, coming in number 18, Walker Riley.
A 4-goal lead for the Bearcats here tonight. Lander got on the board early in the 11th minute. 2 goals in the first period and 2 here in the second. Offsides call against the Bearcats. Turned into a chilling night here in Greenwood. They were worried that this match would be played in the driving rain like the opener against Jawan. The weather cooperated this evening. It has been a beautiful night here at Van Taylor Stadium. A wonderful sight for Bearcat fans to lead this one 4-0. Brock will send it ahead to Cretin. Cretin, long pass. Sandy unable to get ahead on it. The ball deflected back, and the Bearcats will maintain. Over to W10. He'll lob one in. Knocked over the end line. And another corner kick coming up for the Bearcats as Varin could not get that one in. Robbie Young back in the match for Lander. Sam James will check in. And Matt Perry also in the match for Erskine. Corner sent long. Knight has his header saved by Varin. The corner came from Brock. Knight's shot could not find the back of the net. Four minutes left in this one. The Bearcats comfortably ahead 4-0. High arcing shot over the goal. Bearcats trying to wrap up their 22nd victory in 26 years over the Fleet. As Lofts has got it, he's going to fire. Shot diving and stopped by Mikel Varin. A dangerous moment there for any keeper. One-on-one with Sam Lofts, the leading scorer from last year for the Bearcats. Robbie Young tackled to the box, and that'll be a whistle at minimum for Erskine. And number 18, Walker Riley, acting as if he can't believe the call. He reached out, grabbed Young around the shoulders, and dragged him to the ground. So free kick coming for Lander. This will be Oliver Brock. Shot on the way. Blocked out by Erskine. Brock tried to curl it in, but could not find a way. Another corner kick coming up for the Bearcats. Just over 20 minutes to go in this one. Corner high, arcing in. Knight's header no good. And Lander will be whistled for a foul. Barnby being shielded away from the ball, wanted a whistle there as he had a defender hanging off the back of him. Young fighting for possession, bowled over by Holt.
Substitutions for Lander coming in, number 18, Josiah Jamie. Number 24, Jamie Love. Number 33, Daniel Sonnerstedt.
Jammin are back into the match for the Bearcats, as is Daniel Sonnerstedt, the freshman from Stockholm, Sweden.
Substitution for Erskine coming in, number 9, Thad.
Erskine will send Estes, senior from Walhalla, onto the pitch with 18:40 remaining. Cretino's there. We'll send it over to Knight. Whistle now against Lander. Again, Erskine player down. Now the clock will stop at 17:43. Slow to get up was number 8, Gabriel Anzani. Free kick will be taken by Randall. That one headed away by Skelton, well defended by the Bearcat captain. Free kick coming up for Erskine. Bearcats trying to keep the shutout. Flying Fleet get on the board here. Ball taken away by Lander. Nice dish there from Folger to Young to get out of danger. Now they want to reverse the field, get to Chrétien. Pass just a tad off target. 4-0 lead Bearcats, 16:30 to go in this one. Erskine came into the night looking for its first win in the series since 2010. But the Bearcats are closing in on their third consecutive win in this rivalry. Fight for the ball in midfield. Chrétien able to get rid of it, and now Young wanted to run, had it tapped away from him. Well defended that time by the Fleet. Bearcats on pace at the moment for their largest margin of victory in the series since 2007. They blanked Erskine 6-0. Minutes to go in this one. The result about to be a formality at this point, as Erskine has just had no answers tonight for Lander. Bearcats have outshot the Flying Fleet tonight, 20-2. Luke Narker, freshman defender from Decatur, Georgia, going to make his way onto the pitch. 13:25 remaining in regulation. A shot high and off the mark. So quickly, Narker into the match in less than a minute, fires off a shot just over the outstretched arms of Barin and over the crossbar. Goals tonight from Barmby, Jamadar, and Skelton. Lander has been in control since the early stages of this one. Pass into the box, dangerous, and a high shot from Lofts over, out of play. Head towards the press box and ricochet back down. Decent crowd still here in the final minutes at Van Taylor Stadium. Crowd, as we mentioned, third largest in the history of this complex. The Erskine Lander game is now responsible for the 4 largest crowds ever to watch a soccer match here in Greenwood. Long ball over the end line. 9:35 to go. Bearcats blanking the Fleet 4-0. For the Flying Fleet, the match against the Bearcats has proven to be quite a challenge from an offensive standpoint. Erskine closing in now on 284 consecutive minutes without a goal against the Bearcats. Erskine has not scored against Lander since 2014. Lund, left side, hesitates, back to the middle, pass right, Lofts. A slow roller controlled by Varin. Lofts just could not get the firepower behind that kick that he wanted. Score remains 4-0. Young bumped off the ball, lost it for the moment. Scrap for possession, controlled by Erskine. pass to Young, left of the box. Young roller off the post. Will they say that Varin got a piece of it? They will. Corner kick for the Bearcats. Lander. See, that one cleared out of the box. Bearcats have outshot Erskine 24-2 this evening. Cowdroy forced to make just one save thus far. So we approach the final 6 minutes of this contest. Final 5 minutes of this one. Bearcats up by 4. Lander putting the finishing touches on their second victory of the year. Their third in a row against the Fleet. Their 22nd in the last 26 years against Erskine. Flying Fleet have not earned a victory in the series since 2010. Lander overpowering the boys from due west this evening. Cowdroy falls on top of that one with 4:15 to go. Run for the Fleet. And it will result in a corner kick for Erskine with 3 minutes remaining. All headed harmlessly before Cowdroy comes away with it. Another corner coming up for the Bearcats. Final 2 minutes of this one. Lander leading at 4-0. A shot and score for the Bearcats, make it 5-0. As Lander will put the finishing touches on this one. 5-0 with 1:36 to go. It was Robbie Young that took the corner kick for Lander. And Saya Jamadar, who finished it for the Bearcats. Jamadar's second goal of the evening, Young's first assist. The assist to Robbie Young off the corner kick. So the Bearcats, for the second time this season, they'll tally 5 goals at home. They have outscored their opponents at home 10-2 thus far this year. And they will continue their domination of the Flying Fleet with a 5-0 victory. Lander victorious over Erskine. The Bearcats roll 5-0 over the Flying Fleet out of Due West. That'll do it as Lander moves to 2-1. Erskine falls to 1-2. We'll be back with our player of the match interview coming up in just a moment. You're listening to Bearcat Soccer on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network.
Fans, join us on Saturday, September 16th for the next home game as your Lander men take on Clayton State at 7:30 p.m.
Thibaut Chrétien, première année, milieu de terrain et vous regardez l'Underman Soccer.
Ozzy Brock, junior, midfielder, and this is London Men's Soccer.
Back at Van Taylor Stadium, where Lander victorious over the Erskine Flying Fleet by a score of 5-0. Two of those Bearcat goals coming from our player of the game, the freshman out of England, George Barmby. George, congratulations on a great night. Coming off the loss at Lenore Ryan Sunday, when your offense couldn't really get anything going, how important was it to get some of those early goals like the one you got in the 11th minute?
Well, you know, we've been working on it all week in training. The game was to react off last week's loss. And, you know, we wanted to come out and, you know, more importantly, win the game. But, you know, even our bonus tonight, we scored 5 goals and kept a clean sheet, which is always amazing. So,
a fantastic performance from the Bearcats and a great performance from George Barmby, our player of the game. Lander on the road until next Saturday when they take on Clayton State. We'll be back with you on Saturday night as the women take on the Wingate Bulldogs. 7 o'clock kickoff here at Van Taylor Stadium. For everybody here in Lander, I'm Rickson Lane signing off for now. Your final score, Lander 5, Erskine, 0 tonight in the rivalry match. Lander dominates the Flying Fleet once more. You've been listening to Bearcat Soccer on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Have a blessed evening, everybody, and we'll talk to you Saturday night.
Jordan Skelton, junior defender. You're watching London Men's Soccer.